Hi everyone, I'm Chanel from Stampin Stilettos, and I'm here today to show you how to make this quick and easy Beautiful You notebook cover. And really it's such a lovely project and takes minutes. Excuse me. We are using two stamp sets, Beautiful You and Petite Petals, and on this one I used the pink pirouette for the cover, the jacket, and then DSP for the band. But on this second one I'm going to be doing it the reverse way round. So we're going to be using the DSP for the jacket cover, and then we're going to be using the pink pirouette instead of the DSP. So we're just going to do it reverse way round. Excuse me. So the card that you're going to be needing for this, now each notebook measures different, but my notebook measures 4 inches wide and 5 5/8 long. So the card that I have used, the DSP, is double, so 4 inches wide, so that's 8, and then 1/4 of an inch for the binding band. So 8 1/4 long, and then 5 5/8 wide. And then I have scored at 4 and 4 1/4 on the long ways. So you just need to measure your cover and then double the front, and then just allow for the center binding. And then you will need, I'm using glimmer paper, that was from our celebration, and that's 5 5/8 long by 3 inches wide. And then I have pink pirouette, which is 2 7/8 wide by 5 5/8 long. Obviously, or depending on your notebook, you need to just measure accordingly. A scrap piece of DSP, that's for the dress on the stamped image, and we're going to do some paper piecing. A scrap piece of Whisper White for the flowers, scrap piece of Whisper White and Sweet Sugar Plum for the stitched framed circle ovals, I should say, and I'm using the 2 large ones of those. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut those out already. I've already done those, I should say, so to save time. So we've got them cut out and put them aside just for now. And then we're going to do our stamping. So taking your 2 pieces of Whisper White. Now you can obviously stamp your image of the dress first and then cut out the oval, but I did it the other way around. So we're using this stamp, and you need to stamp it twice. And I'm using basic black stamp pad, and we're just going to go ahead and stamp that on the smallest stitch frame oval. I mean, I find it easier to do it this way, but you can do it the other way around. And then you need to stamp another of the dresses onto the paper so that we can cut it out in a minute. I'm also taking one of the flowers from the Petite Petals, and you just need to stamp 2 of those. Now I went and made a boo-boo and stamped it in basic black, so I do realise my mistake, and then go and clean my stamp so that I can use actually it's the Sweet Sugar Plum that we need to use for the flowers. So just going to go ahead and stamp 2 of those. Now I did go ahead and it didn't stamp properly, so I just turned that over and re-stamped it, because there's always two sides, and I did it again. I don't know what was going on. But anyhow, you just need two of the flowers, and then you need to take your coordinating punch that goes with that and cut them out. And I already have two that are done already. And this is retiring as well, the petite petals, which I shall be using them for years to come. Believe you me, I just love the petite petals. They're so handy to put on so many different projects. So those are the the two flowers that we need, and all the stamping that you need to do. So now we need to paper piece. We need to cut this out with our snips, the dress and the hat off the DSP stamped image. I do pause the camera in a minute and go ahead and cut that out to save you having to watch me do this. I am voice recording this because excuse me, when I put the video on to edit it, the sound didn't come out for some reason, so I do apologise if I sound different today and I'm kind of out of sync with what I'm doing. It's actually, I find it easier to record as I'm doing it rather than voice narrate it, but I didn't want to have to refilm it again. So I've paper pieced the hat and cut out the hat and the dress, and we're just going to use Tombow to stick the dress and the hat down. I do love paper piecing, as you've probably heard me say a million times before, and this stamp set is particularly good for this technique. Absolutely love it. But of course you could use a lot of different stamp sets and paper piece, but super quick and easy, and gives a different look to your project. So we're just sticking that down and getting stuck everywhere with my Tombow at the same time. So that's that done, and now we're going to put our jacket on the notebook. Now the notebook that I have actually does have a pattern on the front, but they were the only notebooks that I could find yesterday. But it doesn't matter, because we're going to put our own cover on it. So all you need to do is take your DSP, or if you do it the other way around, whichever way you're doing it, and we're just going to put Tombow on that, just making sure that it fits before we put the glue on, because there's nothing worse. But I did cut that down perfectly. Now I think I was saying there that if you wanted to, you could put a piece of ribbon inside as a tie. I decided not to on these particular projects, but that's quite easy to do. So we're just going to cover this with Tombow. Make sure that you do put quite a lot on it so that it stays stuck down. You don't want it to come off. So I'm quite generous here with the Tombow, making sure that you do cover all of the inside, and then lining your notebook up. I find bending it over and sliding it in, and with the Tombow it's pretty good because it does give you that room to slide it into place and make sure that it's exactly where you want it to be. And pressing it down, making sure that you have an even cover of the glue that's inside. And there you have it. That's the back put on. Super quick and easy. and then taking the glimmer paper, I'm just going to glue that down as well. Now I put quite a lot on here as well because it's the glimmer paper I think needs a little bit more. You don't want that coming off either. So I'm just putting that in the centre of the DSP. And again pressing it down and holding it for a few seconds, and then putting on the pink pirouette. Now if you had cut out all of your pieces, you could actually, you know, make quite a few of these quite quickly. You know, if you cut them all out in advance and had everything all ready to go. And they're really, really good for, you know, little presents to keep in a box somewhere, teachers' presents, birthday thank yous. Oh, and I say in here that I didn't put dimensionals on the ovals or any of it, because I thought if, you know, if someone had it in the handbag or whatever, I didn't want them catching. So I've done this project completely flat. So we're just going to glue down. Now I noticed that I had a little bit of DSP caught up in there, and also I hadn't trimmed that off. That was hanging over very slightly, so I just went ahead and used my snips to take that off. And then we're just going to adhere that down to the large sweet sugar plum oval. And then more Tombow on the back of the large oval. And the same with the petite petals flowers. Now I only put 2 flowers on here, but of course you could put more. I actually have a little box of petite petals so that I've got them handy, so that if I ever just need to, you know, put something on a project. And I'm using the enamel dots in Sweet Sugar Plum for the centre of the petite petals, but you could use rhinestones, pearls. You can even put a wink of Stella on them to give it a little bit of sparkle. So we're just putting those down there, and there you have it. That's how quick and super quick and easy this project is. And like I said, you could, you know, make them very, very quickly, and they're very inexpensive as well. Great way to use up your DSP. And the 2 different looks, I think they both look fantastic. So thank you for watching today, and I hope that you like this video. Sorry again for the sound. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully you know, I'll see you soon. Have a lovely, lovely Sunday, and take care, and happy stamping. Bye bye.